When the self becomes enough. February 3, 2026. Gathering your thoughts in today's world sounds difficult. There is noise everywhere, opinions everywhere, and very little pause. But what if the real shift is not about gathering thoughts at all? What if at some point you simply grow beyond them? After almost half a decade, I find myself sitting down to write again. Not because my mind is overflowing, but because there is a certain stillness inside that wants to be acknowledged. Somewhere along the way, I stopped judging people, stopped asking too many questions, stopped trying to decode everyone and everything. What stayed with me was something very simple: be honest, be blunt when needed, and confront at the right time. Speak your heart clearly and cleanly, and let that be enough. Detachment, I have learned, is not coldness, it is clarity. It is choosing to remain unaffected by people, events, and experiences that do not add value to your life's journey. Slowly, the longing for acknowledgement from those who once felt close begins to evaporate. The expectation of someone being there fades away. And in that space, life becomes surprisingly light. No expectations, no obligations, just presence. I recently came across this thought and it stayed with me. The first one is, I'll do this only when you do that, is transactional. I'll do this because you do that is reciprocal. I'll do this so that you do that is manipulative. And the last one is, I'll do this is unconditional. That last line is where I want to live. I'll do this, period. No negotiations, no mental contracts, just an action that is true to who I am. We all have a limited number of breaths left. This is not a poetic line, it's a biological fact. And this realization quietly rearranges our priorities. It influences the kind of people we choose to be with, the kind of work we commit to, the kind of impact we want to create, and the kind of value we wish to add to this world. Living then becomes an active choice, not a default mode. It might make some people uncomfortable around you, but that's okay. Discomfort is often a side effect of growth. Value yourself deeply, consistently. The moment yourself is well, grounded, and centered, everything around you begins to feel different. You start enjoying your own company, your own journey, your own rhythm. Life stops feeling like a race and starts feeling like a walk. There's nothing more important than self, not in an egoic way, but in a foundational way. You don't have to push yourself into the boxes, labels, and parentheses created by social conditioning. Life is meant to be lived, not endlessly thought about, not over pondered. The most important aspect of life is life itself. What is expected from life is simply life. We often ignore simplicity. We underestimate being simple. Yet the best part of life is that it ultimately has to be lived in aloneness, a word I use deliberately. Aloneness is not loneliness, it is living with oneself. When we learn to live within our own aloneness, we begin to attract what is truly right for us: people, event, work, passion, purpose, health, and life itself. When you are at ease with your own company, you begin to love yourself in a very real way, and that love overflows. It allows you to give without calculation, The self, when centered, becomes centrifugal. It moves outward, touching lives, work, and the world without losing itself. In 2010, I was introduced to myself, the center within me. It has taken me a decade to truly come to terms with that center, to trust it, to lean into it. Once I aligned with it, something subtle yet powerful shifted. The self became lighter, freer, beyond old inhibitions, beyond limiting beliefs, beyond the familiar layers of pain. The alignment did not remove challenges from my life, but it changed how I carried them. Today, the self allows me to be in joy, the purpose, with optimism, with dreams, with enthusiasm, and with love. Life feels like it has come to a full circle, yet it is still moving, still unfolding. The clock is ticking. We don't know when the battery will run out, but we do know this, it is running. So while it lasts, live. Breathe consciously, choose courageously, love wholeheartedly, and make full use of the time you have before it quietly slips away. Thank you.